Welcome into another training tune-up video at Whispering Hope Ranch. I'm Justin, and assisting me today is Julie on a horse and Violet switching my cameras for me, so appreciate those two showing out. Today we've got a little bit something different going on. I've got two horses in here. Luna over here, which she's not in frame yet, but you'll see her. She has some issues with space, with horses crowding her space. So we're going to, as safely as we can, see if we can try to help her kind of get over that. So it's a definite button that I need to push, and I'm going to really try hard not to get Julie kicked today, because that is definitely a real possibility. So we'll see how that goes. And then also, kind of on the other side of that coin, Julie will be riding Peanut around, which will be good for him. So he'll get some extra time under saddle, and then maybe we can accomplish more than one thing at a time today. So I do have my trusty spurs on. We're all cameraed up. We're ready to go. So without further ado, let's get to it. Hey, Luna. Alrighty. So in addition to Luna's space issues, we are going to be trying to help her with the other normal stuff that I've been working with all of these horses on, which is being soft in the mouth. Oh, girl. Just the basic normal being a nice horse. Let's just call it that. Being a nice horse. That's what we're looking for. Okay? Oh, and we're already off to an interesting start because we're dancing around. Luna is a Tennessee Walker, and she's one of our horses that has a lot of energy. The last time we had Luna out, we were working on trying to get her to walk kind of slowish and normal. So we're going to work on that. And then she's also giving me some interesting things here. I don't know if you saw that. I went to put my foot in the stirrup, and she kind of threw a leg up at me like she might try to kick at me. So we're going to see what happens here. This has been an issue she's had in the past where someone tries to get on. Now, sometimes horses get irritated because you go to put your foot through the stirrup and it pokes them in the belly, and they don't like that extra tension you're putting on them. Okay, so we're gonna try to see what happens here. Again, I will make no predictions. I have expectations. I'm hoping that Luna is better than when we started. That's what I'm hoping for. But as far as whether she'll buck or be crazy or anything like that, it's not like I'm guessing. I have hopes and dreams. That's pretty much it. Good girl. We made it. And Luna is very well fed, so she has a round belly. Okay, we are in motion. So we're going to start out with a few warm-ups, just a few little laps here. And Luna's acting pretty interesting, so we'll see what happens here. I'm going to start off with her because she's acting kind of weird today. We're going to start motion and some turning, because if she decides that she wants to buck or do something, we're already in that turning motion, which is what we want her to be in if she starts to get into a buck fit. So Luna, I'm not asking her to go faster, by the way, guys. She's just doing this on her own. So we're just going to let her keep burning some energy. That is Just dandy fine with me. She has a lot of it to burn, so we're gonna let her cook it off. And then as soon as we kind of get over this initial I'm on her back situation, then we'll try to see if we can work some Peanut and Julie into the mix here. I asked Julie if she was willing to come ride a horse, and it took her maybe a half of a millisecond to say yes. All right. All right, we finally slowed down to a walk. For now, we'll see how that goes. You know, Luna was kind of giving me some signals that she might think of bucking. She was giving me that I want you off my back vibe pretty hard. Now, she hasn't been ridden since the last time she was on video. So there was no in-betweens. Been riding a lot of horses, some multiplicity of horses. So she's calming down already quite a bit. We're already walking. She decided she didn't like that whole energy spending business. All right, so Luna calmed down quite a bit. Some things that happen. Let me give you some examples. I'm not sure we caught it on camera, but we were running a camera when we were tacking up, and I'll include some of that footage. And if you're with me still right now, then by this time you would have already seen it. So, but we had an incident happen where Peanut was trying to just kind of gently reach out with his hoof while Julie was trying to cinch him up and kind of like apply a gentle I'm stepping on you pressure. So, and hopefully we caught that on the footage. Oh, Luna's hearing Julie's kissy noises. So that's not for you, Luna, that's just Peanut. Okay. So I'm going to have Julie do an exercise where I want her to trot in between the letters and zigzag herself all the way down and back in the arena. And we're looking for smooth transitions for you to start from walking to trotting. So in the middle of the arena here, Julie's going to be trotting to a letter, and then she's going to give it a high five, and then she's just going to keep going, zigzagging her way all the way down the arena. Okay? And then while she's doing that, I'm going to work on some other stuff with Luna. And we're already leaps and bounds ahead of ourselves. If you guys can see her, she's calmed way down. Now I'm going to ask her to actually pick it up a little bit. Go ahead, Julie. Yeah, you can go ahead and go. Working on smooth transitions. This is a lot harder than it looks, folks, because it's easy to get your horse trotting, but a lot of people, they don't slow down enough. When they get to the letter, that's when you need slower speed so you can navigate. I can tell you guys that riding Luna now versus the first video, she is like way better, way more paying attention to me. I barely have to pull on her mouth. I barely have to give her any kicks to make her go. So she's really come a long way just in a couple of rides. And that's how it goes with horses who've had some level of training. They will not take a whole lot to get them kind of back to where they should be. Easy, girl. I'm going to start off with a vocal command, and then I'm going to add my body position, and then at the very last resort, I'm going to use my rein pressure. Let's see what Luna does with neck reining. Okay. Pause for some technical conversation with my camera operator there. Oh, I was downwind of that. That's gross. Ugh. Look, just because I'm in horses doesn't mean I enjoy the disgusting stuff. It's just something you deal with. It's not like, ooh, yeah, shower me with horse snot. That's great. Okay, I'm going to try to do a drive-by here, see how we go. Oh, of course, Luna's going to act like a perfect angel today. Well, at least at that time. The ride is not over yet. So we were actually scheduled today to get in the woods, and I'll definitely be giving you some footage of some woods footage. But Michigan is deciding to hang on with a clutched grip to this winter weather, and I just didn't feel like going out in 35, 40 degree weather. Call me crazy, but I think it shouldn't be that cold in May. So we're gonna just continue doing some arena work until that weather decides to snap and get a little bit better. Looking at the forecast though, it's gonna take another week or two before we're really truly in the clear. I have a microphone on. Okay. All right, we're gonna do a drive-by again, see how we do here. Okay, so what I need you to do, Julie, is actually follow me. And I want you to, like, don't super tailgate, but I want you to have, like, somewhat bad manners. Like, tailgate me a little, okay? Now, this should be pretty safe for you, Julie, because if she does take a swing, it's going to be at Peanut, not you, in theory. Get a little closer. A little closer. I want you to kind of tailgate a little bit. Now, it's very possible that Luna's space issues are connected with her needing a tune-up ride. And so let me explain that. So the thing is like if a horse is kind of like, if a horse is allowed to be bratty, then that brattiness and their attitude problem will translate to how they view everything, not just people riding them, but the horses that are near them. And that's why it's so important to have good discipline when you're handling horses. And so I'm not saying it's 100% that, but I'm saying there's a strong chance that with regular tune-up rides, this space issue could be completely dealt with Luna. You guys can see how close Julie is. Now, if we were in a riding lesson, I would be scolding Julie right now because she's too close to the horse. Our main goal we try to teach when we're doing the riding lessons is one horse length. So like the whole length of the horse has to fit in front of you at all times. But because of this exercise we're doing, I'm kind of I'm trying to push this button for Luna so I can help her get over it, help her correct it. But so far, she seems to be doing fine. So we're going to trade, Julie. You keep riding straight, and I'm going to follow you. And we're going to try that for a few steps and see how that goes. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of approach your flank here a little bit, Julie, but I'm not going to get kickable. Look, I wish I had video of how Luna normally behaved for you guys watching these videos, because this is somewhat miraculous that Luna is not angry right now, because normally she'd be biting and attacking the horse, not the person. All right. She's going to make light work of this. All right. So we're going to do some other exercises, and my goal is not to exasperate Luna and make her, like, I don't want her to push her to the edge where she is angry, But I do want to tire her a little bit more, so maybe she's got a little bit less patience for horses near her. So we're gonna do a little bit of trotting, maybe some steering a little bit. I think Luna's next step for my peace of mind will be multiple, more than Julie. We'll get 3 or 4 horses in here, see how she does. Now I'm watching her close, Julie, because I'm going to lay a spur into her pretty hard if she decides to swing a butt over to you. Because right here, I can lay that right spur into her and she probably will rethink her life choices. Now, to my knowledge, Peanut and Luna are not like best buddies in the pasture, to my knowledge. I do know which horses, though. That is her like mortal enemy in the pasture, so maybe we need to get that horse out. Easy. If you notice today, we did not start on the ground. There's my scary stick right there, just chilling. Big chilling down there on the ground on standby in case I need it. But the reason we didn't start there is because Luna and Peanut have reached a level of training and care and handling. These are 2 horses that we regularly use in our program. There's normally children on these horses. So, you know, it's not that they couldn't benefit from doing some groundwork. It's just that it's just a little redundant for what we're trying to exercise them out for today. But I always have it on standby. It's like not putting your spurs on to not have that scary stick sitting out here. And again, if you're new to the channel, scary stick is code for that little wand there with a plastic bag on it. And it's just a training tool. It's an extension of my hand, my arms. I can reach out and I can touch a horse. The plastic bag gives some desensitization ability to it, helps them have respect for me. And of course, by proxy, respect for any other people who touch the horses. Okay, I hear you. I think Luna's struggling a little bit with her footing a little bit. I don't know if she's got something's ailing her a little bit. She seems to be not. She's favoring something. I just don't know what it is. I can feel it when I'm riding her and ask her to trot. So we're not going to push her too hard today. In fact, we'll go ahead and start cooling off. Let's do 2 laps in each direction, walking. And we're going to call that a success, except I'm going to do them next to you to see how that goes. We'll do a combination of, see what happens here. I mean, I'm seeing happy ears on Luna. She doesn't seem like she's angry or upset. And she was standing in the barn next to Dallas also, and we were really surprised because Dallas doesn't know how it works here at the ranch yet. You know, Dallas is unaware of Luna's history. So he got all snuggled up, cozy to Luna in the barn, and me and Julie were just kind of like, oh, okay, Dallas, you got a tough learning curve coming. But of course, Luna surprised us and just stood there and was fine with Dallas being in her space. So I don't know what the deal is with Luna. Maybe she's just having a good day today. All right, I'm going to jump in front of you so that you can hopefully follow me. I will say that even when I select the riders to ride, you know, when I assign horses, which kid is going to get which horse, I do have to give Luna a confident rider. And when I say rider, you know, most of our customers here are first timers or very, very beginner. So a confident person is really who I'm looking for. someone who doesn't speak softly, someone who can look me in the eye when we're having a discussion about their horse selection and which horse they would like. So just a confident person, because Luna can really tell if you're confident or not. Actually, all horses can tell. You know, if you're feeling some stress or some anxiety about your horse and about your ride, boy, that translates right into the horse, and they start wondering what they should be stressed and scared about as well, because they can feel you being stressed and scared about stuff. Just keep following me, Julie. When we got Luna, she did neck rein, but it's one of those things where it has to be maintained or they lose it. She's doing it a little bit until she wants something that she wants. Like the lead line, because that means going back. I prefer neck reining, but that's usually because I need to do other things with my other hand. Always multitasking, it seems. Try to get a little closer, Julie. Yeah, that seems to be a non-issue. Horses being in her space. Well, again, these tune-up training videos, if I can get Luna to not think about Peanut or other horses and make her get to the point where she's just 100% focused on me, then that can just eliminate it, because now she's not worried about that horse. She's worried about what I would like for her to do. And that's really the goal. That's the goal, that anytime we get on horses, we're trying to form that connection. And that's what makes it a challenge here, because we have kids and adults and people, you know, in general, they're here and on this horse for such a short time period. So it's a good challenge to try to get people to form a connection and to accomplish a task on a horse. And it's such a good feeling to win that, you know, to get off that horse. And maybe a first timer was so deathly scared they weren't sure they were going to stay on the horse, but they did stay on the horse. And then in addition to staying on the horse, they were controlling the horse by themselves, maybe even doing a little trotting. So it's such a rewarding feeling to accomplish something like that. I've seen these kids get off the horse and they were so scared, and then they get off after a riding session and they have the look on their face like they could conquer the world now, because what else could be, you know, what else is harder than what they just did? Okay, I think that Luna is improved a lot. I mean, I'm very shocked about this. I'm very shocked about her being comfortable with horses in her space. So that's a big plus, and I'm gonna need further investigation on that. All right, that's gonna do it for today's video. Special thanks to Julie and Violet for helping me out today. And we'll stay tuned. We're going to have time for probably a few more videos. Hay season is looming. We cut and bale all of our own hay here at Whispering Hope Ranch. So we've got that coming up, and that's going to limit how much I can post videos. But until that happens, stay tuned for the next one. And thanks for watching.